What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. So, Ace, bad news took place. Bad news was voted out. Ace passed through. Ace pulled out an envelope that's supposed to have some secrets about bad news in it. And some people want to know, and people were asking, what was in the envelope? What do y'all believe was in the envelope? To the point that Ace was saying that he feel uncomfortable being around bad news because of whatever information he had in the envelope that could expose bad news in some type of Big K Adi Boom way or some type of Tech Nine way. What do y'all believe was in the envelope? Ace didn't want to say what was in the envelope, though he said something was in the envelope. Only to then say, I told you I wasn't going to rap about what was in the envelope. What's in the envelope? Dope? Both of you brothers sound like y'all on dope. Like, dude, what's in the envelope? Only two things can be in the envelope. We ain't dumb if we people. Only two things could be in the envelope. Three things, like I said. No, four things. No, anything. Dope, sweets, snitching or creeping. But here's it is. Two things that could be damaging to him in that envelope that according to Ace he feel uncomfortable around him. Now, could it be some type of rape stuff? Possible. But I doubt it. I don't think he'll hold that back. I think if it was something about raping or molesting, bad news wouldn't have held that back. I mean, Ace wouldn't have held that back, regardless to what. Regardless to what. So I don't think it was that. I don't think it was no raping or molestation type stuff. No sexual predator type stuff. Bad news touched on it though. That gave us another clue of what it may be in the battle. Crazy that they talking about that's why he lost the battle, because he touched on it even though Ace didn't. That's so stupid. Ain't no such thing as touching on an angle. Ain't no such thing as losing because you touched on an angle that could be used against you. That sounds stupid, Rita. And anybody else who said that trash. That sounds stupid. Ain't nothing wrong with touching on an angle somebody can possibly use against you, especially if you do it right. So no. No. No, 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 no. We know she just said that to justify passing Ace through because Bad News really won that battle. And because Bad News really won that battle, man, she needed to say that to justify her reasons to pass Ace through because of her Goonie affiliation. So I don't think it was any rape or molestation stuff in the envelope. However, according to Bad News said it was about snitching or something because when he got shot, he's supposed to snitch on the guy who shot him. My question to y'all, is that really considered snitching? If you told the police on the guy who shot you 5 times and tried to kill you? Because according to Bad News, him and the guy were playing cards, gambling on at the card table. and dude was losing his money and stuff, and pulled out a gun and shot Bad News 5 times, and he could have died and lost his life. Is that considered snitching, y'all? Like, how would that have been damaging towards Bad News, him telling the cops who possibly could have killed him? Who possibly could have killed him? I don't get that. Is that considered snitching? Like, where do we draw the line at on snitching, though? Is that considered snitching, y'all? If you told the cops who shot you, is that snitching? I don't look at that as being snitching. Especially when you was unarmed. Especially when you was at a disadvantage. Especially when somebody tried to kill you. I can't see that as being looked at as being snitching. I'm sorry. People use that word lightly, snitching. Like they wouldn't call the police in one way or another. Like, for instance, if y'all knew somebody killed somebody in y'all family and y'all knew who that person was and y'all had hardcore evidence that could convict this person, y'all wouldn't turn them in? I'm asking the question. Y'all wouldn't turn them in, or if that goes against the street code? Even though this man or woman may have murdered one of your loved ones, but you had hardcore incriminating evidence that could convict that person, you wouldn't turn them in because of snitching? Let's just keep it real. I would. Call it what you want. Okay, then I'm a snitch. Call it what you want. If I know you killed or murdered somebody in my family and there was facts and hardcore evidence to prove that you did that, okay, you going to jail. Because guess what? If we do something, we going to jail for doing something to you. So regardless of what, the police getting involved and called one way or another. I'd rather call them on you than you call them on me. That's how I look at it. Especially if you killed somebody in my family. Especially if you killed somebody in my family. So I don't know how people balance what snitching is. I look at snitching on a whole nother different level. I look at snitching on some, look, he got the dope under the table type stuff, or yeah, he did that such and such when we was doing dirt and grimy things together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you in that street life, you on this gangster stuff and you ripping and running, you tough guy this, you gangster this, you G this, you real nigga this, that. But yet you get in a jam, you get caught up in a jam or popped off or something and you just dropping dimes on niggas. Like, yeah, that's entirely different. But if you killed somebody in my family or you tried to kill me, yeah. Especially if I don't know if I'ma live and I'm allowing them asking me why they trying to save my life, or the police like, you know who did this to you? Yeah, I know who did. Spanky them around the corner. Spanky around the corner killed me, shot me. If I die, I want everybody to know who did it. Spanky them around the corner did it. That's who did it. So it's entirely different, man. So I'm just trying to see, even if Ace was to touch on that, how would he have made that really impactful if Bad News was shot 5 times by this guy? And if he was shot 5 times by this guy who tried to take his life, why should he protect his life, the dude's life? So he could succeed next time? Entirely different, man. Entirely different. Oh no, man. It is what it is. This your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. What was in that envelope? What was in that? We know it wasn't no money up in it. I think it was dope in there. They both broke that envelope down. They were sharing that dope. I think it was powder. I think it was powder. I think they were lining yourself. You was lining yourself. They do they do deep lines. They be snorting that dope. They snort that dope. Them lines be thick as the lines in traffic. Traffic lines. Like nose like a vacuum cleaner. Like I'm talking about they snort that powder. They snort that powder. They whole face be makeup. Like like they just came out the woman's bathroom. So I think it was dope in there. But with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's some question. It's yours. Hit the link in the description box and subscribe to Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's some question. It's yours.